Alright guys, in today's episode I'm back working on the 1977 Mercury station wagon. There's a few things I need to take care of in this video. Hopefully some rust repair is one of them, and the main thing is my fuel cell came in. Well, the fuel cell has AN fittings on it, and I don't think anyone in town has AN fittings. So I'll look into if I can find any buddies with AN fittings. If not, then I'll probably wind up, don't hate me for it, but tapping these AN fittings and using some brass nipples on there temporarily. I just need to be able to get on the road today so I can drive it around. So let's get this into the back of the car and see if it'll fit. I'm gonna have to remove the bottoms of the seats. So I'm gonna have to remove the bottoms of these seats, which is fine by me, temporarily, for this fuel tank for my trip. So I am gonna keep an eye out for a fuel tank for this car. I might have to have one made. I've looked at other makes and model cars, and I didn't see anything that was gonna be the one. I saw some close, but not the one. So let's get this fuel cell in and see about plumbing it up. So it's like raining outside right now. It was pouring down a minute ago. So this is what I've got. I don't like how this door doesn't open all the way up. That's like it. The cool thing about this door is it opens up two ways. It opens up sideways like this, and if you roll down the window, the window's rolled down, this thing opens up down like a tailgate of a truck. Back glass is not working. I've got to figure out what's wrong with it, so I'm gonna be removing that panel sometime. It'd be nice to do it now. I need to get this thing running and driving first. Like driving. So, got a little bit of a rust issue here where one side of the seat has come undone. So I think maybe I have to come under here. Nope, the bolts are up top. Yeah, got a spot. Okay. That part of the seat. Okay. Looks like everything's done from up top. Alright, I'm going to get a light in here so I can check this out. Just one seat. Oh, cool, it's slotted. I think that busted through. Ow! Hurt, but guess what? It's out. Yay! I'll put that back in the hole. Ooh, looky there. Now please tell me this will go down. Oh. Well. Kind of. Maybe good enough. I don't know. You know what? It'll work for testing purposes. So this is what we got. Here's the fill. You can fill that thing up quick. Got the outlet and then the return. So I'm gonna have to come up with some straps to hold this thing down because we don't want her sloshing around. Actually, if I find some something with a sharp enough turn, I'll be okay. This could be my hold down right there. Not bad. All right, so I need to find me some AN fittings for this, and we'll see about getting a fuel line hooked up to this thing and take her down the road. So I've got a problem with the AN fittings. No one around town has any that I know personally. So I'm going to do something that I shouldn't do, and I'm going to tap the center of this AN fitting for a brass fitting, which is a bad idea, but you know, I got to get something done, so I'm going to do it. So right now I'm taking the pickup loose inside of this tank. Alright, there's that. So we'll get this thing tapped and back together, and hopefully it's going to work for us. Okay, so I have a really nice tap and die set, and it comes with the NPT fitting that I'm going to need for this brass fitting. So this says it is a 1/8 MNPT. What do we got here? 1/8 BSP. This is not NPT. I'm gonna say no. There's that one. Alright, is this it? 1/8 NPT. That's it, baby. Right here. Oh, and it fits right in the hole. Sorry, John. My buddy John said not to do this. This is just temporary, and I don't think I'm going to damage anything, so don't hate me. But it ought to come out real nice. Doesn't look like I've gone too far, which is fantastic. So I'm going to spray this out with some brake clean, throw some pipe dope on this, screw it on, reinstall it, and run the lines. Both sides. Ba-boom! I got a bit. That hurt a little bit. Probably don't need to cut the line. I'm just gonna add it. Okay, there we go. All I need is some fuel in there, and I'll be able to back this beast on out. Let's get some fuel in it. I just need enough to hit that pickup, the tube in the tank, and then I can drive to the gas station and put some gas in it. Go ahead and top her up. That should be enough. And yes, I can see it. Now I'm going to drive to the gas station and fill her up for a ride. Brakes are, there's a lot of movement before they engage. All right, guy, don't even look at me. I need to do a little trimming on the tires. Not the tires, but like fix the fender. Hammer it a little bit. Let's get some gas. So, windows are somewhat clean. That lifter tick is pretty concerned about it. It's something new. Come on. First time I put the seatbelt on. No windows. All right, we're rolling. That's first gear. Turn signal doesn't appear to work. Second. Alright, I made it to our local O'Reilly's. I got a lot of hammering going on under the hood. Go away. I most certainly don't need this thing hammering on my trip. It's not good, guys. Dang. Everything was looking great, and now not so great. I'm going to try going across town to the car wash and get this thing washed up real good. With the ticking, and hope the thermostat's opening up. I think I blew a fuse on the windows. It would be nice if I could roll down the windows. Go another street, try to take the casual way. I've got such good news, the ticking has gone away. So I'm going to give this thing a quick wash, and then we can start doing some other things to it. So far, so good, guys. I'm getting pretty excited here. Well, I'm not 100% happy with the way it turned out, but you know, it's a lot cleaner than it was, and I made a discovery. I have a massive, I mean massive hole right there in my top. So I'm gonna have to at least patch that for the time being. Maybe I'll fix it, maybe I'll patch it, I don't know. This car is not in the prettiest shape, but what do you think? It actually turned out pretty good. Now, that brown used to have vinyl wood grain side, you know, the vinyl on it, the wood grain vinyl. So this was like a a woody. This brown will do, but man, it would be nice to have the wood grain back on it. I need to find out what's up with the windows, because it'd be nice to have the windows working. So let's get on back to the shop, and we're going to look into other things. So we're going to look into what other things we can do to this car in this video. So there's lots of stuff to do. Whole lot of stuff. My goodness. Like, cooling system seems to be doing its job. I mean, it's warm. I got hot air blowing through, and this side of the tank I can touch, and I know this side I can't. Whoa, that's hot. So the radiator is doing its job. Thermostat's working. The ticking stopped. Another surprise. The cruise control works. It didn't work at first, but I kept fooling with it and fooling with it, and next thing I know, it's working. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll keep going. I know how some of these classic cars can go. They can drive really good for a while, and then all of a sudden everything starts to break. So I'm hoping if it's going to break, it breaks before my trip rather than on my trip. Let's work on some of this rust, because I ordered some parts and they're not in yet. They should be in a week from now, except for the cam and stuff. I have no idea when the cam is supposed to be showing up. I'm still blown away that no one has cam in stock for this thing. We're going to be working on rust. There's three spots I'm working on this thing. So there's 3 spots on this car that I want to hit, because in the rain, this is just going to fill up with water. So I want to fill in this hole here, and right on the top here, I've got a hole there, and then I also have a hole here right on the top. So I got to get these 2 places fixed as well. Alright, so I've run into a little bit of a problem. I can't get this trim piece off without absolutely destroying my door seal, because there's some screws up underneath it, and this has got to come off. Well, if I destroy it, I'm gonna have a horrible leak. So I think this is just minor. I'm probably gonna just kind of fill it up with some silicone, just brush over it, and come back to it after my trip. But what I can do is I can go ahead and work on this one right here, because there's not anything keeping me from fixing that other than the headliner, which I can remove the headliner and it'll be all right. So I'm going to work on that next, and we'll just let that front one chill. So I'm going to try to get a Phillips screwdriver and pull these trim pieces off, but I imagine I'm going to have to drill them out. So let's get that done. Alright, so the holes are patched, and I did a job with the paint. The paint doesn't match. You know, it's got some imperfections. It's not smooth, but the whole top is not smooth on this car. The whole thing needs to be done. So, you know what? It's good enough for this trip. If anyone decides to restore the car, they can handle it. So, the holes are patched. I'm waiting for parts. So, I've got to leave at 5:30 in the morning. Head back to work. So I guess that's it for this week's video. The old Mercury, she's doing pretty good. Just gonna keep trucking away at it, and you know, I have a feeling. Yeah, look at this top. It's terrible. I have a feeling that I'm going to be able to make Power Tour. So fingers crossed, guys. Next week I'll get some probably some brake work done, and you know, just little more stuff for this trip. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all later. Happy Father's Day, Dad. That's it.